Good morning, Year 3. Welcome to Thursday's maths lesson. To start off, you know what to do with these ones. So the orange triangle, try and do them in your head first. If you need to do a written method, not a problem. And the second one, use a written method to help you. Okay, so pause the video, answer these 4 questions and press play when you're ready. Okay, let's have a look through our answers then. We have got 5 add 8 add 2 is 15. Then we have 56 divided by 4 is 14, and we could do the inverse there. 4 times 14 equals 56. 23 add 33 is 56. So again, I would have used the inverse to do that one. 56 take away 23, see what you're left with. And then 543 times 1 is 543. Right, today we're going to continue with equivalent lengths, but looking at millimetres and centimetres today. So we're going a bit smaller than yesterday. So you need to know how many millimetres are in 1 centimetre, convert between centimetres and millimetres, and measuring accurately. Okay, I would like you to start by having a go at these 3 questions. So complete the sequence, how many tens are in 38, and complete the part whole model. So pause and have a go. Okay, so that first one, nice and easy, you know your tens, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then how many tens are in 38? We need to look in the tens column. There are 3 tens. And then our part whole model, 72, is made up of 2 ones and 7 tens. Okay, so we're going to use this model again to help us, but we still don't need the kilometres, and today we don't need the metres, so I'm going to cover those up. And we're going to focus on this side. So to get from centimetres to millimetres, we are timesing by 10. So you just need your 10 times table today. And millimetres to centimetres, we would divide by 10. Okay, and if you were able to do yesterday, this should be even easier because it's 10 times tables. All right. Okay, so I would like you to have a look at this blue bar and tell me how long it is. Okay, so remember how we measure accurately. We line it up with a 0 and then look at where it ends. So it is 8 centimetres long. But what would that be in millimetres? Okay, so you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so we've just timesed it by 10. So the bar is 80 millimetres long. Okay, can you see they're the same length? Okay, so 8 centimetres is equal or equivalent to 80 millimetres. Okay, so we've got a number line here, centimetres at the top. So we've got 0, 1, 2, all the way up to 10. What would the millimetres be underneath? Have a think. Okay, so still at 0 at the beginning, and then 10. We know that 1 centimetre is 10 millimetres. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so 7 centimetres is how many millimetres? You can use the number line to help you, or you could do it in your head and do 7 times 10. And it is 70. Okay, we've timesed it by 10 to get there. What is 30 millimetres in centimetres? So this time you're dividing it by 10. So how many times does 10 fit into 30? So we've got 10, 20, 30. It fits 3 times. So our answer is 3 centimetres. And we divided it that time. Okay, so let's have a look at it using a bar model. So 1 centimetre at the top is equal to 10 millimetres. So 4 centimetres, I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4 centimetres. What would be underneath each of those? So we've got 10 millimetres under each. So 4 centimetres is equivalent to 40 millimetres. Well done if you got that right. What about 20 millimetres? What would that be in centimetres? Okay, so this time we're going from millimetres to centimetres, so we're dividing it by 10. Okay, so 1 centimetre in each of those equals 2 centimetres. Okay, so it's the same. They've just turned the ruler on the side, trying to trick you in a little way, okay? But it's exactly the same. So we've got a gap here, and we're going to zoom into it so we can see it a bit clearer. Can you see all these lines in between? So it's in millimeters, as we can see the millimeter here. And can you see all these lines? So we've got 50 and 60, and all of these lines in between. So 51, 52, 53. Okay, so in between those, the 50 and the 60 is equivalent to this number line over this side. Okay, so that's just a bigger version over there. Okay, so let's have a look, keeping that millimeter number line on this side to help us. And this side is going to be centimeters and millimeters. All right, so at the bottom, what is 50 millimeters in centimeters? So divide it by 5, 50 divided by 10, sorry. What is 50 divided by 10? Equals 5, good. For the next one, so we know it's going to be 5 centimeters. We're going to use a part whole model here. We're going to partition it into our 50 millimeters and our 1 millimeter, but we can change our 50 millimeters into centimeters. Okay, so it's 5 centimeters and 1 millimeter. How do we do that for 52? So have a think, how would we partition it and how would we write it? Okay, so 5 centimeters and 2 millimeters down on the side. So can you work out what all of these other ones from here up to 60 would be worth? So pause it and have a go. Right, let's have a look then, see if you were right. We would have 5 centimeters and 3 millimeters, 5 and 4, all the way up to, what would our last one be? 6 centimeters. Well done if you got all of those right. With these, you can also write it as 5 and then point, which is a dot, 9 centimeters, okay? So you can write it as that combined one. So this one would be 5.7. Oh, that went wonky, didn't it? Centimeters, okay? So they both, this is just a different way of writing it. Okay, so we've got a ruler here. What's our unit of measure? It does say here, so we need to make sure we're using that correctly. And the arrow is pointing to 2 centimeters, which is also 20 millimeters. What is it pointing to now? Can you tell me in centimeters and in millimeters? So pause the video. What would that one be? Okay, so it's gone past the 4, but it's not at 5 yet. So let's look at it on a different number line to help us. So we've got 4 centimeters at one end, 5 at the other. Okay, so we know that 4 centimeters is the same as 40 millimeters, and 5 centimeters is the same as 50 millimeters. Okay, and we're going to this line in the middle, same as up here. Okay, so 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 millimeters. Okay, and we would write that in centimeters as 4 centimeters and 5 millimeters, or 4.5 centimeters. Okay. So what about this green line up here? What's that now showing? So pause and have a go. Try and do it in millimeters and in centimeters. Right. So 46, we'll carry on counting. 47, 48 millimeters. So what would that be in centimeters? 4 centimeters and 8 millimeters. Well done, or 4.8. Okay. What about this red arrow up here? Have a go at working out this one. Again, do it in centimeters and in millimeters. Okay, so pause and come back once you're ready for the answer. Okay, let's have a look. So it is 8.2 because we've passed the 8 and 2 lines past it. And in millimeters, that'd be 82 millimeters. Okay, can you have a go at completing this number sentence then? So 5 centimeters and 3 millimeters is equivalent to how many millimeters? Okay, you're timesing it by 10 because you're going from centimeters to millimeters. Okay, so we've got 5 and 3 on here. I'm going to swap that 5 centimeters to 50 millimeters because I've timesed it by 10. 50 add 3 equals 53, so it's 53 millimeters. And again, you could just see that on this bar model as well. Okay, so today's task, you are going to have a quiz that you're going to be working through, but today's is all centimeters and millimeters. Okay, so again, I put this little picture up to help you, so if you want to draw it to help you remember, please do. Okay, and if you know your 10 times table, today will be really easy. All right, so give it a go, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.